The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, or BNS, marks a watershed moment in India's criminal justice system. It represents a bold, transformative approach to crime reporting and prosecution. The BNS aims to modernize and streamline legal processes. It introduces sweeping changes that will impact every aspect of criminal justice. From the moment a crime is reported to the final verdict, the BNS promises a more efficient and fair system. One of the most significant changes is the digitization of criminal proceedings. This move aims to reduce paperwork and speed up the justice process. The BNS also introduces stricter penalties for crimes against women and children. It updates outdated laws and introduces new provisions to address modern crimes. These changes reflect a commitment to creating a more responsive and effective justice system. The BNS also focuses on strengthening prosecution and introducing alternative forms of punishment. It recognizes the importance of witness protection in ensuring justice. The new law also addresses serious crimes like terrorism and organized crime. These changes show a comprehensive approach to tackling crime in all its forms. The BNS represents a significant step forward in India's legal landscape. The introduction of the BNS has sparked widespread discussion and debate. Legal experts, law enforcement agencies, and citizens are all grappling with its implications. As we delve deeper into the specifics of these changes, it's clear that the BNS is set to revolutionize India's approach to criminal justice. The following sections will explore these changes in detail, shedding light on how they will shape the future of law and order in India. The introduction of Electronic First Information Reports, or EFIRS, is a game-changer in crime reporting. EFIRS allow citizens to report crimes online without the need to visit a police station. This system is designed to make crime reporting more accessible and efficient. It's a significant step towards digitizing the criminal justice system. EFIRS can be filed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing a convenient option for citizens to report crimes. One of the key benefits of EFIRS is the reduction in time and effort required to report a crime. Citizens no longer need to travel to a police station and wait in long queues. They can file a report from the comfort of their homes or offices. This ease of access is expected to encourage more people to report crimes. It could lead to a more accurate picture of crime rates and patterns in different areas. EFIRS also offer benefits in terms of data management and analysis. Digital reports are easier to store, retrieve, and analyze. This can help law enforcement agencies identify crime trends more quickly and efficiently. It also reduces the chances of FIRS being lost or tampered with. The digital trail created by EFIRS enhances transparency and accountability in the crime reporting process. However, the implementation of EFIRS also comes with challenges. There are concerns about digital literacy and access to technology, especially in rural areas. The system needs to be user-friendly and accessible to all sections of society. There are also questions about data security and privacy. The BNS will need to address these concerns to ensure the success of the EFIR system. Despite these challenges, EFIRS represent a significant step towards modernizing crime reporting in India. The BNS introduces significant changes to laws concerning crimes against women and children. These updates reflect a growing awareness of the need for stronger protections for vulnerable groups. The new provisions aim to deter such crimes and ensure swift justice for victims. One of the most notable changes is in the laws regarding sexual offences. The BNS expands the definition of rape and introduces harsher penalties for offenders. Under the new law, the age of consent has been raised. This change aims to protect minors from sexual exploitation. The BNS also introduces new categories of sexual offences. These include crimes that were not adequately covered under previous laws. For instance, it now recognises marital rape as a criminal offence. This is a significant step forward in protecting women's rights within marriages. The BNS also strengthens laws against child abuse. It introduces stricter penalties for crimes against children. The law now recognizes various forms of child abuse, including emotional and psychological abuse. It also introduces provisions to protect children from online exploitation. These changes reflect a more comprehensive approach to child protection. Another important aspect is the focus on speedy trials. In cases involving women and children, the BNS sets time limits for the completion of trials in such cases. It also introduces measures to make the trial process less traumatic for victims. For instance, it allows for in-camera trials and prohibits invasive questioning of victims. These changes aim to encourage more victims to come forward and seek justice. The strengthened laws under the BNS represent a significant step towards creating a safer society for women and children. The BNS ushers in a new era of evidence collection through technological advancements. These changes aim to make evidence gathering more accurate and efficient. One of the key innovations is the increased use of digital evidence. The law now recognizes various forms of digital data as admissible evidence in court. This includes emails, social media posts, and digital transactions. The inclusion of digital evidence reflects the realities of our increasingly digital world. The BNS also introduces guidelines for the collection and preservation of digital evidence. It outlines procedures to ensure the integrity of digital data. This is crucial in preventing tampering and ensuring the admissibility of evidence in court. The law also addresses the challenges of collecting evidence from encrypted devices. It provides a framework for law enforcement agencies to access such devices while respecting privacy rights. Another significant advancement is in the field of DNA evidence. The BNS expands the use of DNA profiling in criminal investigations. It provides guidelines for the collection, storage, and use of DNA samples. This can be particularly useful in solving cold cases and identifying repeat offenders. The law also addresses concerns about privacy and the potential misuse of DNA data. It sets strict guidelines for the handling and destruction of DNA samples. The BNS also recognizes the importance of video evidence. It provides guidelines for the use of CCTV footage and body-worn cameras. These can provide crucial evidence in criminal cases. The law also addresses the challenges of authenticating video evidence. It outlines procedures to verify the authenticity of video footage. These technological advancements in evidence collection are expected to significantly enhance the effectiveness of criminal investigations. Section 5, Digital Forensics, a new frontier in criminal investigations. Digital forensics emerges as a crucial component of criminal investigations under the BNS. This field involves the recovery and investigation of material found in digital devices. The BNS recognizes the importance of digital forensics in solving modern crimes. It provides a legal framework for the use of digital forensic techniques in investigations. This includes guidelines for the extraction and analysis of data from computers, smartphones, and other digital devices. One of the key aspects of digital forensics under the BNS is the focus on maintaining the integrity of digital evidence. The law outlines strict procedures for handling digital devices and data. This is crucial in ensuring that the evidence remains admissible in court. The BNS also addresses the challenges of dealing with cloud storage and remote servers. It provides guidelines for accessing and analyzing data stored in these locations. The BNS also recognizes the importance of specialized training in digital forensics. It calls for the establishment of dedicated digital forensics units within law enforcement agencies. These units will be equipped with the latest tools and technologies for digital investigations. The law also emphasizes the need for continuous training and updating of skills in this rapidly evolving field. Another important aspect of digital forensics under the BNS is the focus on cybercrime investigations. The law provides a framework for investigating various forms of cybercrime, including hacking, online fraud, and identity theft. It outlines procedures for tracing digital footprints and identifying cybercriminals. The BNS also addresses the challenges of investigating crimes that span multiple jurisdictions. It provides guidelines for international cooperation in cybercrime investigations. These advancements in digital forensics are expected to significantly enhance the ability of law enforcement agencies to solve complex digital crimes. Section 6, Bolstering Prosecution, New Strategies and Resources. The BNS introduces several measures to strengthen prosecution in criminal cases. These changes aim to increase the conviction rate and ensure justice is served. One of the key aspects is the provision of additional resources for prosecution. This includes increased funding for hiring and training prosecutors. The BNS also calls for the establishment of specialized prosecution units for different types of crimes. This approach allows prosecutors to develop expertise in specific areas of criminal law. Another important change is the introduction of time limits for various stages of prosecution. The BNS sets deadlines for filing charge sheets and completing trials. This is aimed at reducing delays in the justice system. The law also introduces penalties for unnecessary adjournments. These measures are expected to speed up the trial process and reduce the backlog of cases in courts. The BNS also focuses on improving the quality of prosecution. It introduces guidelines for the preparation and presentation of evidence in court. The law emphasizes the importance of scientific evidence in prosecution. It calls for greater collaboration between prosecutors and forensic experts. This approach is expected to strengthen the case against accused persons and increase the chances of conviction. Another significant aspect is the focus on victim-centric prosecution. The BNS introduces measures to protect the rights and interests of victims during the trial process. It provides for the appointment of special prosecutors in cases involving vulnerable victims. The law also allows for greater participation of victims in the prosecution process. These changes reflect a more holistic approach to justice, considering the needs and rights of victims alongside the prosecution of offenders. Section 7. Community service, an alternative form of punishment. The BNS introduces community service as an alternative form of punishment for certain offences. This marks a significant shift in the approach to criminal justice. Community service allows offenders to make amends for their actions by contributing to society. It's seen as a more constructive form of punishment than traditional incarceration. The BNS outlines guidelines for when and how community service can be used as a sentence. One of the key benefits of community service is its potential for rehabilitation. It allows offenders to develop new skills and contribute positively to society. This can be particularly effective for first-time offenders and those convicted of minor crimes. Community service can also help reduce the burden on overcrowded prisons. It provides a cost-effective alternative to incarceration for certain offences. The BNS also introduces guidelines for the implementation of community service sentences. It outlines the types of work that can be considered as community service. This includes environmental cleanup, assisting in public institutions, and working with non-profit organisations. The law also provides for the supervision and monitoring of offenders performing community service. This ensures that the sentence is carried out effectively and serves its intended purpose. However, the introduction of community service as a punishment also raises challenges. There are concerns about ensuring compliance and monitoring offenders effectively. The BNS addresses these issues by providing for strict oversight of community service programs. It also introduces penalties for non-compliance with community service orders. Despite these challenges, community service represents a progressive approach to punishment. It reflects a focus on rehabilitation and restorative justice in the criminal justice system. Section 8. Witness protection, ensuring safety and justice. The BNS introduces a comprehensive witness protection scheme recognizing the crucial role witnesses play in the justice system. This scheme aims to address the long-standing issue of witness intimidation and tampering. It provides a range of protective measures for witnesses in criminal cases. These measures are designed to ensure that witnesses can testify without fear of retribution. The scheme covers various aspects of witness protection, from physical security to relocation if necessary. One of the key features of the witness protection scheme is its flexibility. It allows for different levels of protection based on the threat assessment for each witness. This can range from regular police patrols to complete identity change and relocation. The scheme also provides for financial assistance to witnesses who may lose their livelihood due to their involvement in a case. This comprehensive approach aims to address all potential barriers that might prevent witnesses from coming forward. The BNS also introduces strict penalties for witness intimidation or tampering. It recognizes these actions as serious offences that undermine the justice system. The law provides for severe punishment for anyone found guilty of threatening or harming a witness. This is expected to act as a strong deterrent against witness intimidation. The scheme also includes provisions for protecting the identity of witnesses in sensitive cases. This can include the use of video conferencing for testimony and in-camera trials. Another important aspect of the witness protection scheme is its focus on long-term support. It recognizes that witness protection may be needed even after the conclusion of a trial. The scheme provides for ongoing assessment of the threat level and continued protection if necessary. It also includes provisions for psychological support for witnesses who may be traumatized by their experiences. These measures reflect a holistic approach to witness protection, considering both the physical and emotional well-being of witnesses. Section 9. Tackling serious crimes, terrorism and organized crime in the BNS. The BNS introduces significant changes in the approach to serious crimes like terrorism and organized crime. It recognizes the evolving nature of these threats and provides a more comprehensive framework for tackling them. The law expands the definition of terrorism to include cyber-terrorism and lone wolf attacks. It also introduces stricter penalties for terrorist activities, including the financing of terrorism. These changes reflect a more nuanced understanding of modern terrorist threats. For organized crime, the BNS introduces the concept of continuing unlawful activity. This allows law enforcement agencies to tackle criminal enterprises as a whole rather than just individual crimes. The law provides for enhanced penalties for those involved in organized crime syndicates. It also introduces provisions for the confiscation of assets derived from organized criminal activities. These measures aim to disrupt the financial networks that support organized crime. The BNS also focuses on improving intelligence gathering and sharing in cases of serious crimes. It provides a legal framework for interagency cooperation in investigations. The law also introduces provisions for the use of undercover operations and controlled deliveries in investigating serious crimes. These tools are expected to enhance the ability of law enforcement agencies to infiltrate and dismantle criminal networks. Another important aspect is the focus on international cooperation in tackling serious crimes. The BNS provides a framework for collaboration with foreign law enforcement agencies. It includes provisions for extradition and mutual legal assistance in criminal matters. The law also addresses the challenges of investigating crimes that span multiple jurisdictions. These measures reflect the global nature of modern serious crimes and the need for a coordinated international response. Section 10. Conclusion. A new era of criminal justice. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS, marks the dawn of a new era in India's criminal justice system. It represents a comprehensive overhaul of existing laws and procedures. The BNS introduces sweeping changes that touch every aspect of criminal justice, from modernizing crime reporting through e-FERS to strengthening laws for vulnerable groups. The BNS aims to create a more efficient and fair system. The focus on technological advancements is a key feature of the BNS. It embraces digital evidence and forensics, recognizing the realities of our increasingly digital world. The law also introduces innovative approaches to punishment, such as community service. This reflects a shift towards more rehabilitative forms of justice. The Comprehensive Witness Protection Scheme addresses a long-standing issue in the Indian justice system. The BNS also takes a strong stance against serious crimes like terrorism and organized crime. It provides law enforcement agencies with new tools and powers to tackle these threats. At the same time, it introduces safeguards to protect individual rights and prevent misuse of these powers. This balance between security and rights is a crucial aspect of the new law. As India implements the BNS, it embarks on a journey of transforming its criminal justice system. The success of these reforms will depend on effective implementation and continuous evaluation. While challenges remain, the BNS represents a significant step towards a more modern and just criminal justice system.